All right, everybody. It's time to get this Honda running. It's snowing, and I'm driving this. And I know the Volvo is sitting right there, but that doesn't run, and we're fixing it in an interesting way in a little bit. So Honda it is. Now, in the last video, we went ahead and made this beautiful intercooler system using the max speeding rod blow-off valve, the max speeding rod intercooler, and all the piping from Max Speeding Rod's turbo kit. Today we have this, and we also have this. Some beautiful 3-inch stainless steel piping from Mishimoto, and a nice Dynamax muffler from Summit Racing. In case you didn't know, Mishimoto is now offering fabrication stuff. Mandrel bent steel tubing, mandrel bent aluminum tubing, and all sorts of different shapes and sizes. This is 3-inch for the actual exhaust, and this right here is 1.5-inch for the wastegate. So if you're looking for really high quality piping to fabricate either an intercooler system or an exhaust system, check out Mishimoto. There will be a link in the description down below. But yeah, guys, that's what we're doing today. We're making the exhaust, and we're hopefully gonna get this thing running. We'll be able to do that if we can get done with the exhaust system quick enough. So without any further ado, let's start on the exhaust system. So I screwed up. Unfortunately, this is the longest car I've ever made an exhaust for, and I just way underestimated the amount of straight pieces of metal that I would need. You can tell for this straight part, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces long, and that's still not long enough to get to the point where it needs some curves. And then I'd also need some straight pipe up here towards the back of the car. So I did not get enough straight metal. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to order metal online and wait a little bit. I'll order one long piece and then I can get rid of all these 5 different little pieces, because that would have been a pain to weld. Not that big of a pain, but it would have been time consuming. The downpipe's finished, so we'll take off this part and start working on some other stuff. So right here we got a new set of Deatschwerks injectors. These are 1200cc injectors, which will be plenty to make a bunch of power on 93 and should be enough to make 500 on E85 later down the line. We also have a DW300 fuel pump to install. Deatschwerks has all of the best fuel products: injectors, fuel pumps, regulators, and lines, fuel rails, all sorts of stuff. If you need any fuel system parts for your car, make sure to check out the description down below. But let's go ahead and install these and install the fuel pump. So pretty much everything is done. We don't have a tune loaded into the ECU, so we can't start it. But I wanted to go ahead and crank it, make sure it's actually cranking, make sure everything is working so that when Mike does come to load a tune on the ECU, we don't waste his time. That's why we test things. It didn't start. I've got 2 ideas, so I'm gonna check them out. A lot of you guys noticed that the starter mating surface on the transmission was painted pink with the rest of the transmission, which obviously prevents the starter from being grounded. I checked with a multimeter, everything had the power that it should, so probably just a bad ground. So I pulled the starter, cleaned it up with a wire brush, hopefully enough, put it back in. Let's try it now. So what could it be? Well, it's still the ground, because I just ran a jumper cable from the starter to the battery, and as you heard, it started cranking. One of the most exciting things we gotta do to get this thing driving ready, new wheels. It looks good, but it's monster trucking real bad, and it's kind of weird because it's super sporty wheels and then very aggressive winter tires. You guys will see the wheels in the next video though, so sorry. We got the fuel pump in. Let's see what happens when I try to prime the fuel system. Okay, you ready? Is it really quiet, or it's possible the fuel pump's just not working? Wait, did I even plug it in? I didn't plug it in. Yikes. It works! Woohoo! That was perfect.
Can you guys please tell Caleb to clean his shop? Look at this, look at this. How many turbos can you fit on a bench? How many turbos? I would probably fit a couple more turbos on there. All right, how many oil cans you gotta have on your counter? Oh, there's a diff over here. How long has that been there, Caleb? Months. What about this strut bar for the truck? Months. I don't even know what the heck that thing is. That's broken. Look at all this garbage over here. The guy can't even take out his trash. This is the productivity flow we're working with here out at Gingium shop. If you guys want to see Caleb clean his shop, well, if not that you guys would want to see that. Tell Caleb to clean his shop in the comments. Come on, boys. Give him a hard time. Not bad. Oh, dude, the little teardrop on the wastegate dump. We like that.
All of the small details are now finished. This thing's ready to start. We weren't getting any sparks, so we got the new distributor, the new wires, air filter on the turbo, brakes are bled. Mike should be here any second now. So this is a stock ECU that's been chipped. So it's kind of like an old way of tuning an ECU. So this little chip right here allows us to load a custom tune onto the factory ECU.
And Honda actually did this from the factory. Like if you see in here, they had like a dotted line area where basically made this so that way in the future, if they had to adjust something or if there was like a big enough recall that they had to retune it, they would just flash a chip like this.
Interesting.
They'd add all this stuff in and then they'd be able to fix it. So this is how before OBD2 happened, that they'd be able to
tune cars.
Yeah, like adjust for updates.
Interesting.
Which is pretty sweet.
Yeah, that is really sweet. Wow.
Yeah.
I feel like we're in the 2000s.
You see how old how thick the dust is on this thing? I haven't used this in a really long time. Like this is actually just coloring from age.
Wow.
I think I bought this thing in like 02.
That's hilarious. Yeah, we're back in Fast and Furious.
Shut it off, let it cool, check everything again.
Can we open this now before it gets too hot?
Yes.
As you can hear, it's running perfectly. I'll see you guys in the next one where we drive it.